You don't have to be the top performer to get promoted to a leadership position. In fact, some people believe that being a top performer can actually make it harder to land higher roles. I think that's a bit extreme, but it's true that being a top performer alone won't guarantee you a promotion. Think about it. If you are constantly delivering solid results, why wouldn't your manager want to squeeze you for those results for as long as possible? Losing you and those results could be costly. Or worse, you might be seen as a potential rival if you are shining too brightly. Let's hope that's not the case. But the point is, getting promoted to a managerial or leadership role takes more than just solid results. So let's talk about what it really takes to earn that promotion, or what to focus on if you are just starting out in leadership. For me, this is probably the most important one, or at least at the top of the list. You have to build a strong network of relationships. The term networking exists for a reason, and people think of it as a skill. Look, at the beginning of my career, I was working for a huge international company. My results were great, but I was in an isolated region and I was so focused on being the best that I didn't make enough time to collaborate with other people or teams. Results and KPIs were transparent, so you could easily download them. So I knew I was at the top and I was very confident about my progress. But then my peers with lower results started getting promoted while I stayed in my position with no changes and no promising future for a promotion. So yes, I was jealous and I felt frustrated, but I also realized that I needed to change my strategy. What were they doing that I wasn't? And the answer was clear. They were collaborating with other teams, being more visible in meetings and video calls, and socializing more. They also had strong relationships with their direct leaders and other team leaders or directors. They supported each other's projects or gave positive feedback about other teams' results. So I started to do the same and it really paid off. I got promoted a few times and was able to switch across teams and made very good friends. On the other hand, when I was lazy about this, in other companies or at different moments in my life, I got stuck more than once. But let's put it in your shoes. Imagine you have a group of friends or people you usually interact with. In this group of, let's say, 10 people, you like 6 of them, you don't like 2 of them, and you barely know the other 2. Now, you've won 5 tickets to your favorite concert. It's a great show and it's already sold out. Now, who would you invite? It's a tough decision because 1 ticket is for you, so now you're left with 4 tickets, and most likely you would pick those 4 out of the 6 you like. It would be very weird if you pick those you don't like or barely know. The same principle applies with your boss and the leaders in your company. It's more likely that they'll promote people they enjoy working with, people they already trust, people they know will support their plans. So it's not enough to just be liked by your boss. You need to help your leader promote you. Imagine your boss is like a weapon and you have to provide the ammunition. Without the right support, the bullets, your boss can't take the shot and help you get promoted. Keep in mind your boss isn't the only one trying to promote someone. And just like the tickets example earlier, your company can't promote everyone. Usually, for these decisions, bosses and leaders have to negotiate and compete for spots for their teams. It will be easier if other leaders have a connection with you too. So make sure your boss has enough bullets. How? The first thing is you have to make yourself visible. When there are meetings with a few or many stakeholders, whether organized by your team or others, show support by asking questions that add value to the topic or plan. What helps me is reviewing the information before the meeting or asking questions to the organizers beforehand. so you are already coming in with tools and knowledge to share. Also, make time to socialize. Grab a coffee or have lunch with your stakeholders and leaders from other teams. Make it a habit. Not every day, but at least every now and then. Sometimes one on one, sometimes in groups, and yeah, maybe sometimes people might reject your invitation, but others will join you. Just play it cool and don't push it, and keep it professional. When you are hanging out with them, ask about their projects and results, and share what you are working on. Stay positive. Avoid too much gossip, and if possible, look for collaboration opportunities. Then step into informal leadership roles like hosting events or leading organizing projects. Volunteer to help with interviews or organize an event. Use these opportunities to demonstrate leadership, document progress, and help the team move forward as one. Eventually, people will see you as the go-to person on your team, and you'll be invited or recommended for cross-functional projects. If not, volunteer for them or ask your leader to assign you some. Leverage these projects to lead at least on something, and don't stomp on people. It's better if people enjoy working with you, but you also need to be strong. A few things to consider. You have to stay positive, even when the tasks are challenging. Leadership likes to see people who keep moving forward when there are headwinds. So if people come to you with negativity or gossip, try to stay positive. It's also very important not to forget your day to day tasks and goals. These should always be your number one priority, so don't lose sight of them. And remember, your peers and colleagues have emotions and dreams too, so don't be too pretentious. Be happy for them and help them if you can. Try to grow together with them, but don't lose track of your own needs and goals. Be ambitious, but in a healthy way. There are many more things we can do to be seen as leaders, and the ones we've covered are a solid starting point. Now it's up to you. Give it a try, and who cares if people judge you? They will. So just go for it, and whatever happens, happens.